Right, so I was going to make a video kind of reaming the Canadian government, namely Justin Trudeau, a new one. And now that they've announced that they're going to suspend travel from, I mean, again, I don't know the whole story. A lot of it's still coming out right now. So by the time you see this video, what the government's plan is make have completely changed. So don't hate on me if things change a lot. I'm recording this video Monday, well, Monday at about again, I'm just going off what I've heard, and like I say, it was just announced about an hour or two ago that the government was going to suspend travel. And what I was originally going to make the video, I was planning on making it since last night, basically reaming the government a new one, and that they haven't done this yet. But now that they have, I want to give them tacit, congrats on that. But I want to say two things. Number one, what took you so long? Like the states did it like last week, and I think that was too late. Like people say, oh, you're just biased towards Trump. No, like I think the states did it way too late. Like I was going through Twitter today, and I heard Spencer Fernando. He pinned a tweet that he posted in late January, talking about how we should suspend travel from any country affected by coronavirus. And that was, 6 weeks ago. Like, and that should have been done. Like, anywhere where there's been the least bit of an outbreak of coronavirus, incoming flights, not only the Canadian government, seems to think, oh, we'll just, tell people to quarantine themselves. No, it should be flat out banned because people are not, I mean, a lot of people will follow it, but some people won't. I mean, we had a border agent in Toronto that just got tested positive for it. So someone obviously, people have been coming in. Like, you hear all these people, that are calling for outright travel bans from these countries. Then you have the people saying, "Oh, you're just fear mongering." But no, like a CBSA agent got it. So clearly, people are coming in that have coronavirus, and you're risking people's lives too. Like that's the thing that really bothers me with this. Like really, really bothers me with this. If you want to have this whole politically correct game going on, like you people on the left, in normal circumstances, go right ahead. Please go right. I mean, I'm still going to vehemently disagree with you, but at least we can have tangent conversation. But this stuff is risking people's lives. It's risking people's livelihood too, because I've heard rumors that the government's going to shut down basically all non-essential businesses, aside from like, doctors' offices, pharmacies, grocery stores, gas stations. Things are going to be completely shut down. Again, that's a rumor, so don't take my word for it. It's just a rumor I heard. It's going to happen tomorrow or the next day. Might not happen, may have already happened by the time you watch this video. But personally, I think that's maybe going a little bit too far. But again, I'm not a health expert too. So, but at the very least, you don't need to be a health expert to think that, yeah, we need to shut down travel. And like I say too, this politically correct BS, you're risking people's lives. And we know that for sure because people are coming in. We know that for sure. I mean, I don't know if they've what they did, but there was a flight scheduled to come into Vancouver this morning from China, and again, nothing's being done about it. And like I say too, Canada has doesn't have that. I don't know how many international airports they have, but it's not very many. Like, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg. I don't know if any of the Saskatchewan places are international. um, Winnipeg may, I mean, probably, I mean, there'll be flights to the States, but I don't know about the rest of the world. Oh, I don't know if they consider that international, if it's to the States. um, Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Halifax, maybe. Like there isn't that many air. It's not like it's the states where there's hundreds of international airports. Like it shouldn't be that hard to coordinate. Like again, too. Like I think it's just flat out ineptness. The other thing to point out too, the other thing is that a few days ago when the states announced their travel bans, you had all these Canadian politicians and leftists get up on their high horse in lecturing the states about, oh, travel bans don't work. You're just doing that because you're racist. And yet here they are doing it. So which one is it? Do they work, or is it racist? Because according to your own logic, you're racist now. lefty Canadians. So it makes absolutely no sense. And again, they do work. We know they work. They don't work 100% to these people that argue against it. They'll point out, oh, it doesn't work, 100% too. We still have to import, certain foods and whatnot. Well, yeah, obviously we have to do that, but we know 100% that there's people coming in on these flights from China, Iran, Italy, wherever, that have coronavirus. Some of them, a lot of them, maybe don't even know it. They maybe even don't even have, selfish, negative intentions. They might not. They might, because you can have it and not even know it for a while, or you can have it and the conditions be, relatively mild, and that you just think you have a cold or you have, a common, sickness. So I don't want to, people to think, oh, you think all these people coming in are selfish a-holes. No, a lot of them aren't. But at the very least, too, like the Canadian government, and the other thing too to mention too, Justin Trudeau was like an hour late or something too to this update that he was giving too, and I don't understand. Like, your job as a politician, and namely these high up ones right now, is literally just deal with this one issue. There is no other issue that even comes close to this issue. Now, there's other ones too, like dealing with the negative economic ramifications of this is tied into that. That's something that should be at the forefront too. But two things, you know, keeping people safe, dealing with this whole coronavirus thing, and number two, how are we going to get the economy back on track when we finally break out of this too? Like those are the only things you have to worry about. Somehow Justin Trudeau's late. Like, what else do you have to deal with that could be more important? Like, to me, it makes no sense. And like I say, I wanted to call out the Canadian government. I'm not as mad as what I was going to be. But like I said, this stuff should have been done long ago, and there's still other stuff they should be doing. And like I say too, this whole politically correct BS, please set it aside. Set it aside. Like, come on. You're the only people that you're fooling are people that are beyond stupid. Like, seriously, people that think that it's racist to implement travel bans, like, who are you fooling? Like, how dumb do people have to be to believe that? Like, come on. Like, when virtue signaling comes to getting people killed, that's when I cross the threshold of being like, yeah, those are kind of people that I literally have serious hate for. Like, serious hate. Because if we just disagree politically, yeah, I really don't like you. I really don't like you, and you're not you specifically, your political beliefs. But when your political beliefs, I mean, not that a lot of these leftist political beliefs aren't killing people indirectly, but this stuff is directly getting people killed, getting people sick. And not only that, too, people, I mean, a lot of people already aren't able to work, but if you get sick, you're not going to be able to work for at least 3 or 4 weeks. You're risking people's livelihoods, and that they may not be able to pay their bills. So that's something I wanted to bring up at the very least. But like I said, I kind of wanted to update things, not in the way I was going to as of last night, because as of last night I was planning to make a video just going right at the government. But at the very least, they did the right thing. It's more than likely too little, too late. Canada's probably gonna get a lot of cases, but at the very least, and the other thing too to point out too is that provincial governments were basically stepping in as of yesterday and just doing what the government should have done already. I know in Alberta, Jason Kenney was all over this. Again, I'm not a huge Jason Kenney fan, but you got to give credit where credit is due. He is right on this one, especially when it comes to foreign travel. It's better to be to the safe than sorry scenario here. Better to be safe than sorry, because if it gets bad, thousands, maybe tens of thousands of Canadians could die, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions could get infected, and we don't want that. And if that happens too, it could take 6 months, a year, 3, 4 years even for the economy to recover, rather than if we take all the necessary precautions, it takes 2, 3, maybe 4 months, and we're at least back at where we started, which we're very good, but at least we're better than where we're at. So, I wanted to make a video about this because, like I say, the Canadian government really dropped the ball with this one, but at least they got it right in the end. But like I say, it's too little, too late, and it just shows just how inept that they are. But like I say, I could talk about this stuff forever, so I'm gonna leave the video there. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. I do have my PayPal linked in the description. I appreciate any donations. I have an email address for e-transfer, but at the very least, at the least I ask, just hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already.